Hey everyone, Tony here from the Classically Gaming and Electronic Podcast, bringing you another iOS review today. Today I'm reviewing from Gameloft Dungeon Hunter 3, the much anticipated third game in the series from the Dungeon Hunter series, and I'm pretty excited to review this game. I have been a huge fan of the series. I played through and reviewed Dungeon Hunter 1 and 2 multiple times, as well as Dungeon Hunter Alliance for the PlayStation Network. I was immediately taken back with this title though, because I noticed it was a freemium title, and a freemium title often means pay to play, which would be completely different for this series. But let's go ahead and take a look at it. So first of all, let's take a look at some of the aesthetics of the game, or the mechanics. They've added a fourth character you can choose from, so you're able to choose 4 different classes: Warlord, Astromancer, Trickster, or Shaman. And you can choose a male or female in those classes, and they each have their strengths and weaknesses. And then you also get to name your character, and that's pretty much all you get to do up front. Then you jump to another screen where you get to choose a world to enter into. Well, obviously in most titles where you have worlds, the first one is unlocked and numbers 2, 3, and 4 are locked. And you actually click on World 1, and this is where you begin to notice some of the differences in this third installment of the Dungeon Hunter series from the other games. Instead of being a story-based action RPG you play through from beginning to end, follow and build up a character, and kind of like a Diablo-style loot-collecting, dungeon-crawling game, this game is broken up into different waves, or different worlds. And each world has a set of 15 to 20 levels within it that you have to try to get through, and each level has its own set of rules or set of goals that you're trying to get to, like survive these waves or kill these types of characters. And so you'll see a lot of the same characters that you've seen in the other Dungeon Hunter games, monster trolls and gargoyles and different things like that, but instead you're fighting them in waves instead of in a story-based game. So that's a huge change for this series, and I have to say it's a change I'm very disappointed in, because when I heard Dungeon Hunter 3 was coming out, I was looking forward to continuing that story and building up my character and falling in love with the same dungeon crawling action I had experienced in the first couple of games. So let's talk a little bit more about the mechanics. First of all, the graphics are really good. Gameloft boasts that this is the first Dungeon Hunter in the series that is optimized in HD for the Retina displays of the iPod Touch 4G and the iPhone 4. So as you can see, it looks really good here on my iPod Touch 4G. Controls, they've changed it up a little bit. It's still the action-based RPG, button mashing. You move around the left with the left thumbstick. You tap your right thumbstick to attack characters. And when you can switch weapons with the switch weapon button, if you have a distance weapon, it actually becomes a dual stick shooter. So you're kind of walking around the levels using it as a dual stick shooter, where the right thumbstick is, you point in the direction you want to shoot an arrow or a magic fireball or whatever it may be, and that's the direction that it goes and kind of fires automatically. There's also a magic button, character buttons, pause buttons, a health restore button, and then a special attack button. But they all work really well together, and I didn't have any issues with the controls. Where I had issues with this game were the fact of what the direction that Gameloft took with it as a freemium title. You're going to notice gold, diamonds, stars, and keys at the top. And just like most freemium titles, they boast that you can play through the entire thing without purchasing anything, but it is a literal painstaking process that no one wants to go through. I mean, I struggled with my character to get through level 2 and 3 in the first world. That's how hard it was to do without any purchasing of this in-app purchases. Now, of course, you want to drop 20, 30 bucks on this game. You can buy all the gold you want. You can buy the diamonds you need. But they really just put you in a catch-22 with a limited amount of keys to open treasure chests. And then also the diamonds are very key in this game, because say there's 4 waves in a level, I'm only allowed to carry so many health potions. So once I use those health potions, even if I'm on the final boss of that final wave, I spent 15 minutes getting there, if I die, I have to pay to buy 15 diamonds, because I only start out with 2, to revive right there. If not, I have to start all the waves over again. So I am just super disappointed in Gameloft. You know, this is the same direction that Gameville's taken with all their games. They started out making amazing titles, and they still make great games, but they're all freemium. You have to pay and pay and pay to get through them. And I really would be super disappointed if Gameloft takes this direction with any more games. Gameloft, you have so many loyal followers that we just want to play good quality games, and we're willing to pay $5 to $10 to play them. So please stop with the freemium titles. I'm super disappointed in Dungeon Hunter 3 because of that reason. Despite the great controls and graphics and gameplay, it's super disappointing that this is a freemium title and you literally have to pay to get through the game. Absolutely disappointing. I recommend avoiding this one and picking up another action RPG. There are some great ones out there for the iPhone and iPad. Thanks so much. This has been Tony. I hope you enjoyed our review.